Hi, everybody. So, welcome to my channel. Today is story time. So, today I'm going to talk about one of the complications um, being pregnant. One of the things that pregnancy can bring to your body. So, shout out to all the new moms in town, and shout out to all the pregnant mamas. All right. So if you are pregnant, um, I'm still going to welcome you to motherhood because eventually you're going to have your baby, your bundle of joy, and every journey is different. I will share mine, but it's going to be different from yours. But it can just give you a heads up. So if you come here, look at this, my toddler. I don't know. Thank you. So that's my baby Rosalind. She was named after me. She's almost 5 years. She's going to be 5 by June. Yes. And when I was pregnant with her in 2016, here goes the story. I developed hemorrhoids, pregnancy induced hemorrhoids. And up to date, since that pregnancy, that hemorrhoids never went away because I've done a lot of research on it, and I was hoping it will go by itself, it will resolve by itself, but it never did. So I will go into it a little bit. And so if you're a mother, if you're pregnant and you see hemorrhoids, don't be alarmed. You are not alone. You are not the first nor the last that would have that situation. And don't be discouraged, you know. In fact, I was really affected by it emotionally and mentally in my mind. I was like, is this how this pregnancy is going to mess me up? Is going to mess my body up because it has never gone away. And even subsequent years after that, I think in 2019, I don't know what I did with it, but it got bloody. The hemorrhoids got bloody. I was bleeding. It was about 2 consecutive days. I was bleeding, and it gave me a lot of great discomfort in my anus area. Yes, that's where it is. And it gave me great pain and discomfort while it bled. Going to the bathroom to do number two was a huge problem for me. I dread it. I couldn't sit down or anything. And when I called my doctor, at that time I was in Tennessee. I was living in Tennessee. When I called the doctor, they would just ask, what is it doing? How is it like? What's the bleeding? Is it being all some bunch of unnecessary things? Well, it's necessary because they need to figure out what exactly is wrong with you so they can know what to do or what medicine. And all this nurse, the nurse for that doctor said, oh, you can get over-the-counter hemorrhoids, what do we call it? I've forgotten the name, but I will come to it again when it comes to mind. So I had to deal with it for 2 days. Into the third day, the Lord gave me comfort because I know what I bought didn't do anything for me. It was the Lord Jesus who gave me the comfort because I kept praying, Jesus, have mercy on me. Please heal me of this. Let this stop. And it did stop on the third day. Anyways, so how does it come about? Maybe you're asking. I had, before the pregnancy, I'm somebody who is often constipated because I'm not a big fan of eating fruits like apples and orange juice, like oranges, fresh orange and fresh fruit. So if you're a lover of fruits, your apples, your oranges, Constipation, I believe, will be far from you. Maybe occasionally you may be constipated based on the food that you've been eating. But me being African and loving all this starchy food, when I say starchy food, food made of cornmeal, very starchy food. And I don't like eating fruits. It's not in my nature to eat fruits. So, anyways, to cut the story short, so this baby, my third baby girl, her name is Rosalind. So she, when she was in the womb, was lying on some nerves down there. So inside the belly, she was very low, and I'm a short person. I'm not tall. Yes, I'm 5'2". I'm not tall. So this belly, I think between the month from the seventh, 8th month, she dropped very low. She dropped very low and decided not to move. So when your baby is not moving, it's not like she is dead or he's dead, but he or she doesn't like moving a lot. When they tend to sit or lie or squish some part of your intestines. That's where the problem will begin to happen. So this baby was just squishing some part of the intestines and wouldn't move away from it. So day by day, and it came to a point I have to even stop working and do work remotely. And at that time I was doing data analyst job as a QA, quality assurance analyst job. So they gave me remote option because I couldn't sit. Sitting down was painful. And I'm talking about the things that could bring about this hemorrhoid. When you sit for long periods, if your job requires you to sit for long periods of time, you're a candidate for hemorrhoids. So if you are pregnant, you sit down for a long time, like an hour or so, you don't get up. You are pregnant, you are working where you have to sit to work. You need to be taking short breaks. If not, I'm afraid you may develop that hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids is no respecter of anybody. Yes, and it's not fun. It's not fun to have it at all. If you have it, I'm sorry for us all. If you don't have it yet, please be mindful of that. So one, eat your fiber diets, okay? Eat food full of fiber. Fiber stimulates your bowel for you to have bowel movement regularly, as in do number 2 or go to toilet frequently when you eat foods that have a lot of fiber in it. So eat your oatmeal, your whole grain food stuff, and make sure you are eating your fruits, apples, your fresh apples and your fresh oranges. Make sure you are washing them with your vinegar. Yes, to get the wax and other germs or whatever it is from it. Don't be like me. Don't be indisciplined. Eat your fruit. It's going to help you a great deal. Because as long as you're able to move your bowels frequently, maybe every other day or every 3 days, the latest, then you can avoid having this to deal with pregnancy-induced hemorrhoids, which is really not fun. It's very, it gets to a time you don't feel any pain, but it has discomfort that comes with it. It has great discomfort. And I remember very well when baby was really pushing and pressing down on on my bottom part, when I was about to have her, as in my third child. My husband had to put ice. If you are having it already, this is one of the way that is a greatest relief if you have this. My husband put ice in a plastic bag and then seal it, wrap it around a towel, and then I have to just squirt, go down like that. And then he put it on it, and it soothes. It brings some comfort. Oh, you have no idea what comfort you get from ice pack in there. So if you're already experiencing hemorrhoids, that is a great relief for you. Natural remedy to get instant relief. So he had to do it a couple of times in a day, like morning and evening, and sometimes afternoon. And if you don't have any partner, a husband like I do well to do it yourself. Get a sealable bag, those sealable Ziploc bag. Put ice from your freezer, your fridge, that ice compartment, and then make sure you put it in. You can put towel, or you can just do it raw like that. When you put towel, it brings a more comfort for you. It really, really suits your bottom. So that's one relief factor. That's what I used to get relief. The number one thing that I used to get relief. All those thing that you cream and the thing that you insert there, like you are doing, is the hemorrhoid suppository. Yes, that's the name, hemorrhoid suppository. It didn't do any. I think I still have the leftovers inside my bathroom closet. It doesn't work. It may work for you. Good luck if it does. But I found out that ice really brought a lot of relief. And I had to take ibuprofen to calm the pains that was at the time when it was bleeding. So I hope these tips helps you. Eat food that full of fiber. Eat your fruit, your fresh fruit, apples and oranges. Apples and oranges will make you do number 2. And then if you're already battling with it in your pregnancy, use ice, an ice pack. Put it over there. You put it for maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and then you take it off. You put it back 2 to 3 minutes. For about 15 to 30 minutes, you should feel better. You should feel better. And hopefully yours will go back in and get back to normal. It doesn't become like mine has become permanent on me, because I still have constipation issue. But if you don't have any constipation issue like I do, then according to the research I did, it should get to normal. You should get back to normal. It should retract and go back to normal after you deliver the baby. But if you have a chronic constipation issues, like I use chronic because yes, I don't like eating fruit, so mine has become chronic. So if your situation is not like mine, then rest assured it's going to get better after your delivery. And I wish you all safe deliveries, all the pregnant mamas out there, those who are breastfeeding, keep breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is good for those babies. They get you don't need to bother about giving water or anything. Those breastfed babies, they are able to move their bowels every day without any issues. Those using bottle, it's going to get to maybe 2 days or 3 days without the bowel movement. But those who are breastfeeding, keep doing. You mothers rock. Whether bottle feeding, breastfeeding, formula feeding, all mothers rock. I love you guys. Keep shining.